Welcome to the Real Crime Diary, Daily Dose of Crime. I'm your host, MHB. What happens when a seemingly simple crime turns into a national headline? Today, we dive into one of the most shocking cases that left investigators baffled and a community on edge. Buckle up as we unravel a story that proves truth is often stranger than fiction. In the quiet town of Millbrook, nestled in the heart of rural America, life had always moved at a leisurely pace. That is, until the morning of June 15th, when the community woke to find that Sarah Thompson, the beloved owner of the local diner, had vanished without a trace. Sarah was known for her clockwork routine, opening the diner at 6 a.m. sharp, serving her famous blueberry pancakes, and closing up at 8 p.m. But on that fateful Tuesday, the diner's doors remained locked, and Sarah's car sat untouched in the parking lot. As concern grew among the townspeople, whispers of foul play began to circulate. Sarah, a pillar of the community for over 3 decades, had no known enemies. Yet, as police combed through her home and the diner, they uncovered a series of cryptic notes that hinted at a hidden side to Sarah's life, one that would soon thrust this small town into the national spotlight. As the investigation unfolded, detectives found themselves facing a wall of silence. Witnesses were scarce, and those who did come forward provided conflicting accounts. The crime scene yielded little physical evidence, leaving investigators grasping at straws. Days turned into weeks and the pressure mounted. The media circus intensified, with reporters camped outside the police station demanding answers. The community grew restless, fear spreading like wildfire as rumors of a killer on the loose circulated. Just when it seemed the case might go cold, an unexpected breakthrough emerged. A local convenience store owner came forward with surveillance footage from the night of the crime. At first glance, the grainy video appeared unremarkable, but as detectives pored over the footage frame by frame, they spotted something peculiar. In the corner of the screen, a figure in a distinctive jacket was seen hurriedly leaving the area just minutes after the estimated time of the murder. This tiny detail, easily overlooked, suddenly became the focal point of the investigation. The race was on to identify the mysterious individual. Was this the killer fleeing the scene or simply an innocent bystander? As detectives dug deeper, they uncovered a web of connections that would blow the case wide open. As the investigation reached its breaking point, Detective Sarah Larson found herself staring at a wall of evidence that suddenly began to make sense. The seemingly random pieces of the puzzle were finally falling into place, revealing a picture that no one had anticipated. It was a single phone call that changed everything. An anonymous tip, initially dismissed as irrelevant, suddenly became the key that unlocked the entire case. The caller had mentioned seeing a familiar car at the crime scene, a car that belonged to none other than the victim's own brother. As detectives dug deeper, they uncovered a web of deceit and financial fraud that had been festering beneath the surface of this seemingly close-knit family. Bank records revealed large sums of money being siphoned from the victim's accounts, all leading back to the brother who had played the part of the grieving sibling so convincingly. The moment of revelation sent shockwaves through the entire investigation team. Here was a man who had stood beside them, feigning concern and offering false leads, all while knowing he was the one responsible for his sister's disappearance. When confronted with the evidence, the brother's facade crumbled. In a tense interrogation room, he confessed to orchestrating the entire scheme, driven by greed and desperation. The truth was finally out, but it left everyone involved grappling with the harsh reality of betrayal within a family. After months of intense investigation and a gripping trial, justice was finally served. The unexpected suspect, none other than the victim's trusted business partner, was found guilty on all counts. The courtroom erupted in a mix of relief and disbelief as the verdict was read. The judge handed down a sentence of 25 years to life, citing the heinous nature of the crime and the betrayal of trust. As the convicted was led away in handcuffs, the victim's family embraced, tears streaming down their faces. In the immediate aftermath, the small town was left reeling. The case had exposed deep-seated corruption within the local business community, leading to a wave of resignations and internal investigations. The police department, praised for their tireless efforts, saw a surge in public support and trust. But for many, the resolution brought more questions than answers. How could such a crime go undetected for so long? And what other secrets might be lurking beneath the surface of this seemingly quiet town? Now let's step back and look at the bigger picture. This case didn't just end with a conviction, it sent ripples through our entire justice system. It exposed glaring gaps in how we handle seemingly simple crimes before they escalate into national scandals. First and foremost, it highlighted the critical need for better communication between local law enforcement agencies. If information had been shared more efficiently, this case might have been solved much sooner, potentially preventing further harm. Moreover, it raised serious questions about witness protection programs. The key witness in this case faced significant threats, revealing weaknesses in how we safeguard those who come forward with crucial information. This case also sparked a nationwide conversation about the role of media in criminal investigations. The intense public scrutiny, while helpful in some ways, also complicated the investigation and trial process. Looking forward, lawmakers are now considering new legislation to address these issues. Proposals include enhanced interagency communication protocols and stronger witness protection measures. There's also talk of establishing clearer guidelines for media coverage during ongoing investigations. Ultimately, this case serves as a wake-up call. It shows us that even in our modern age of advanced forensics and technology, basic communication and protection strategies can make or break a case. As we move forward, it's crucial that we learn from these mistakes to prevent similar situations in the future. And there you have it, folks. A seemingly simple crime that spiraled into a national sensation, leaving us with more questions than answers. From the initial disappearance to the shocking revelation of the unexpected culprit, this case has certainly kept us on our toes. But I can't help but wonder, could this crime have been prevented if we had better systems in place? What do you think? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you found this case as intriguing as I did, don't forget to subscribe for more deep dives into true crime stories. Until next time, stay safe and stay curious. Power, Pleasure, and Pain. A study of abuse through time. This book provides a detailed examination of how sexual violence and power dynamics have manifested across different historical periods, from ancient civilizations to the modern era. It explores how figures in positions of power used their influence to manipulate and exploit others, showing that the patterns of abuse we see today have deep historical roots. Many people struggle to grasp why abuse of power, particularly sexual violence, persists in modern society. By connecting historical events with contemporary cases, the book offers crucial insights into why such behaviors remain prevalent. The book analyzes infamous cases such as those of Harvey Weinstein, R. Kelly, and Dominique Pellicotte, drawing parallels between them and historical figures. This section highlights how the systemic abuse seen in recent times is not a new phenomenon, but part of an ongoing cultural issue. Through the lens of these modern examples, readers will gain a better understanding of how institutions, wealth, and power have historically shielded perpetrators from justice, contributing to their ability to continue harming others. The book explores the philosophy of libertarianism, particularly through the works of Marquis de Sade, to explain the disturbing ways in which pleasure, power, and cruelty have been intertwined. This provides readers with a deeper philosophical context to interpret modern-day scandals. Unlike other studies that focus solely on historical or contemporary cases, this book uniquely blends both, offering a full spectrum of how abuse is tied to power dynamics. It stands out by making philosophical connections that help readers understand the deeper societal issues at play.